What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Markham Knight here. Today's video is going to be all about the infected Superman. This is from the Batman Superman story arc, and this is called the Infected, and this is basically a Superman who is infected by the Batman who laughs. Now I will show you them together, and that's going to be later in the size comparison part of the video, but first let's go into a character reference. Superman here is infected. He was not actually a bad guy. He was actually setting up the Batman who laughs. He intentionally let himself get infected because he did think he can resist it enough to kind of figure out the Batman who laughs plan. And this is him in his infected form. He does look really cool, and I do feel like he's done really well. So let's get right into the sculpt details. So let me bring this a little closer here, just so we can focus in on his face. And as you can see, the details on his face are done really well. He is a little dark here. It's a little more so in the areas than I would want him to be, but he does look pretty good still. The smile is done really creepily. I like these hands more. He does come with fist hands, but I like these hands more. It does make him seem a little creepier. Now, I do like this cape. It is a rubbery cape. It is very loose and kind of pliable, but you're not going to be able to pose him in many ways, but it does with the cape, I mean. But he does look really good. The cape is designed really well. Obviously, his build and his sculpting details are very cool. I have not seen this in the comic books. They're the details on the suit, and I don't feel like that's from any of the comic books that he was actually in. I haven't seen it in anything else, but it does look cool, and I feel like he just put a little more detail into it to make him look even cooler. So let's get right into a little bit of articulation. First thing we got to start with is always the head. So he goes all the way down, gets his chin to his chest. He goes all the way, he goes about that far up. So not too high up. He is on a ball joint, so he can tilt in either direction, and then he can turn his head all the way around if you wanted him to. Now at the torso, we do have another ball joint, so he does move in every direction there. And then at the arms, you have a butterfly joint over here. You got that hinge. You got the upper thigh swiveled just a little bit. Yeah, you got that swivel there. At the elbow, he does have a double, so that double joint there allows you to get that far back. And then his hands do rotate, and they are also on a hinge. So he's pretty well articulated in the upper body. He does not have anything at the waist. That's pretty standard for any McFarlane figure. For the legs, he does get that high up. You could probably shove him up a little more, but he gets about that high up. And then he gets about that far back because his booty is holding him back from going too far back. But he does get up sideways about that high. And then at the knees, he does have a double joint. It allows him to get that far back. And then at the ankles, he gets that low down. He gets that high up, and then he has the very important toe articulation. We always got toe articulation with these McFarlane figures. So like I said, guys, he is not only is he sculpted well, but he is articulated very well. I feel like his build looks really cool. The proportions are very accurate to most comic books. But now we need to get into our size comparison, so I'm just going to get him standing straight up over here to measure him out, and then we can do our size comparison. Let's just get him as straight as possible first. Okay, let's measure him out. Now he stands at just under the 7-inch mark, which is pretty on pace for all the McFarlane figures that do come with, well, that do come from McFarlane's line. Now, first thing you want to get him next to is the Batman who laughs, who is a little bit taller than him, as you can see. They're about the same height. Batman looks like he could be a little bit taller than him, but it's not too far off. The next thing you do want to compare him to is most likely going to be Superman from McFarlane, and this is the Action Comics 1000. Let's just get him situated here. Now this version of Superman, I did head swap, so he does have a Christopher Reeve head on, and he is just slightly taller, but I do like the build on this infected Superman a lot more than the build on that Superman. Even though my biggest qualm with this Superman is that his legs are too small. Obviously his legs are also small, but they're still bigger than this Superman. So moving forward, if they kept this build for Superman, I would be very impressed, and I would be pretty happy with it. So the next thing we want to do is remove this Bruce Wayne, and let's try and put in a new Bruce Wayne here. This is Flashpoint Batman. Let's just get him looking straight. Yeah, and he looks really good with him too. Now let's get them standing side by side so that they're about the same height in the same area. And as you can tell, they're about the same height. Like I said, Infected Superman is slightly shorter, it seems, than most of these figures, but he does still look really, really good with him. So now we can remove this Superman and we can bring in the Devastator. And the Devastator dwarfs everybody here in size, but that is pretty accurate to the comic books. Let's just get him moved over just a little bit more. And like I said, it is still accurate to the comic books. They look really, really cool together. You can situate this Superman with any of the McFarlane figures and be happy with it. Now, the last thing I do want to get in here is my massive Doomsday. And this is the Injustice Doomsday. He does not even fit on camera. Yeah, he doesn't fit on camera, but they do look cool together. You can scale them well together, as you can tell. None of these guys are going to fit with that Doomsday. That Doomsday is too massive, and I got him holding Paul in his hand from Dune. So I'm just going to bring this guy forward here, and we can talk about him a little bit. Let me remove these guys out of there. So for the size comparison, he does fit with any of your McFarlane figures, and he fits really well with any of your McFarlane figures. But let's talk about this guy some more. So this Infected Superman is done really, really well. I'm very, very impressed with him. I love these hands that they come with. The fist hands are very cool for like a basic Superman, but I do feel like with this kind of Superman, he does have something different going on. So it's really cool that they gave him these hands to come with it. That is the only thing he comes with outside of the stand. I do like this cape here, even though it is already pre-posed. It still looks really, really good. The coloring and everything and the paint applications are done very, very well. The only gripe I had with this is a little bit too much black around the face, and also I didn't like that he has the skinnier legs, but it is a significant improvement, I feel like, even from the Action Comics 1000, which I did like, but he is definitely an improvement. So as it goes along more and more, McFarlane's doing better and better with his Superman figures. I did get the Red Sun figure ordered already, so when that one comes out, I can compare him to these two guys. But for now, this is definitely my favorite McFarlane Superman build. So I definitely want him to continue with this, and then we'll see kind of where he goes from there. Anyways, guys, have you gotten Infected Superman? If you do, have you read the comic books? Do you love this figure? Do you feel like it fits well? Tell me what you think.
This is the Markham Knight, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.